You know, if you want to affect the outcome of a sporting event, you kind of have to play the sport, whether it's basketball, soccer, baseball, golf, football. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter how you think somebody else should play. What matters is how you play.
Hey everybody, it's God's Grace on Tuesday. I'm Tim Ryberg. Thank you so much for watching. So, really quick before we get into it, this upcoming Thursday, May 11th at 7 p.m. is going to be a special announcement about how God's Grace on Tuesday is going to be growing. So, go back to the YouTube channel or our Facebook page, God's Grace on Tuesday, and check it out. 7 p.m. this Thursday. Awesome. So, if you want to know more about that, come back. Otherwise, moving on. So, do you affect the game directly? As a fan, absolutely not. You don't. Sure, maybe if you go to a game and you cheer loud enough, you might encourage them to play harder, but they're the ones who are going to play the game. You're not going to play if you're just a fan. We're not called to be fans of Jesus. We're called to be followers. We're called to be players in this life for Him. Okay? He won already. The game is assured. Like, if we play the right way, we're going to win. Yeah, it's just that simple. But here's the thing, right? How you play the game, how you carry yourself on the field, literally can affect your teammates. And it can affect the people who are helping us, like the coaching staff, if you will. But it can also affect the people who are watching, who aren't necessarily playing, the people who are fans of our faith. Because you and I can't be fans. So I'm not talking to you. If you're a fan, I'm telling you, get into the game. But if you're in the game already, it's really important that you play and you play well. That you live your faith and you live your faith well. Well, why? Because they're watching you. Your teammates who you're playing with, they're watching you. They need you to be at your best all the time. And so if you're not playing the game, get in the game. But if you are playing the game, be sure that you're giving it 150%. If you're living your faith well, you will inspire others to live their faith well. A couple examples of this. When I used to play soccer in high school, I remember one time, this was a fan moment, one of my teammates' dads walked up to me and he said, "Hey Tim, I want to thank you." I said, "For what?" And he just said, "If I lived my life, if I loved my wife and my kids, if I worked at my job as hard as you play soccer, if I left everything out on the field the way you do in soccer, I'd be a great man. I'd be a great husband, a great dad, a great, employee, and I'm going to do my best to do that. Thank you for inspiring me." And I was like, "You're welcome." I had no idea, while I was playing that it was going to affect, but that's how my dad taught me to play. I watched him as a kid. I watched my coaches. I watched my big brother play, and I learned that's how you got to be. And so I did, and it affected somebody else. Another example of how your play can affect the team or your teammates can affect you. There was one time, it was the most embarrassing moment I think of my life. I accidentally kicked the ball into my own goal during a game. It was our crosstown rival team. We really want to win this game. We're undefeated up to that point. And I kicked the ball into my own net. It's a tie game. We hold them to a tie, but I went to a very bad place. I stopped playing well. I made a lot of stupid mistakes. I got down on myself. My teammates tried to pick me up. They're like, "Ryberg, it's fine, man." But I couldn't pull it together, and we barely got out of there with a tie. We held our undefeated record, but barely. A couple weeks later, we're in the playoffs, right? Playing that exact same team, and we're up by one. And it just so happens that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A kid shoots the ball. My teammate kicks it at the same time. It shoots off to the side, bounces off my shin guard, and goes right into our net. Another own goal. This time it was less deliberate. My teammates rushed to me, and they were like, "Tim, it's okay, man. We love you. Don't do what you did last time. We need you to be on the top of your game." And I was like, "All right, I will. And because of that, I was focused. I played a great game. We scored another goal, took the lead, and as time was running out on the clock, one of their players took a great shot. Our goalie made a great save. He dove, but it broke the plane of his thumbs, and it went over him and started to bounce into the net. Again, I was in the right place at the right time. I slid along the goal line, very epically, I will add, and kicked the ball basically out of our goal. I saved it, and we won the game. I wouldn't have been able to do that if my teammates hadn't encouraged me. But my teammates wouldn't have known to encourage me if I hadn't encouraged them, if we hadn't been encouraging each other all year, if we hadn't been looking out for each other. And because of them, I directly affected the end result of that game. Because of your brothers and sisters in Christ, you may directly affect the outcome of your life. And you might also directly affect the outcome of someone else's life, whether they're a fan, a teammate, a coach. So be that person. Fight well the good fight. Live well the life that you've been given. People are watching you, and when they look at you, do they see a saint? And if the answer is no, well, maybe it's time to pick it up. If the answer is yes, keep on keeping on. Be sure to check out what's going on with God's Grace on Tuesday this upcoming Thursday. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, God's Grace on Tuesday, and share the other videos so that we can bring the whole world to Jesus Christ together. Go team, go Jesus. We'll see you next week.